Hi everyone, welcome back to another Retro Cooking Wednesday. Today we are doing muffin mix buffet bread. It's 1967 and I believe this is Bake Off number 17. Maxine Bullock won this contest. She forgot to take bread out of the freezer for her family. She came up with this recipe thinking that she could incorporate some vegetables into her bread using more convenience foods. So now we've got like a muffin mix and we've got condensed soup. This bread originally was made with vegetable cream soup. They no longer make that, so they have updated it with cheese soup. So let's get to that ingredient table and see how to make this bread. All right, ingredients. We need a 8.5 ounce box of corn muffin mix, so good old Jiffy. 2 packages of yeast, 3/4 cup of water, 4 cups of flour. We also need, it said cheddar cheese soup, condensed. Walmart did not have cheddar cheese soup, so we got Fiesta nacho cheese. And then we need a 1/2 cup of butter melted. So let's get this bread made. Okay, so one of the first things they want you to do is to dissolve the yeast in your warm water. I think mine was at like 112 degrees. So we're going to just let this kind of dissolve in this. And then to this, you're going to add the rest of the muffin mix because we had taken 2 tablespoons out and reserved it for later. So we're going to add that to our yeast. We're also going to add a 1/4 cup of the butter. So we had a 1/2 cup, but we are only going to use half of it in this mixture. The other half will be drizzled on the top. And we're going to start off with 2 cups of flour. So let's get this dissolved. So once this is dissolved, we can then put in our rest of our corn muffin mix. Just want to make sure this is all dissolved. So you want to make sure that that water that you put in here, that 3/4 cup of water, is between like 105 and 115 degrees. All right, so we got that all dissolved. So then we're going to add the rest of the muffin mix because we took the 2 tablespoons out that we talked about. So we're just going to put that right in there. We're going to add 2 cups of the flour. 1. 2 cups of our flour. And then we're going to add the 1/4 cup of melted butter. We also need to add our soup mix. So let's get our soup mix also put in here. So I'm going to add that nacho cheese soup mix. It does have some Fiesta spices in it, so that should be pretty good. And then we are just going to mix this until the dry ingredients, that they're moistened. And then once we do that, we will then gradually add in the remaining 2 cups of flour. So just mix this till everything is all moistened together. And then we will add the other 2 cups of flour to this. All right, so once we've got this mixed all together, then we're going to gradually add the other 2 cups of flour to this mixture to form a dough ball. So let's then get this rest of the flour mixed in here and we'll come back when we got our dough ball. Okay, so it says to knead it, I guess, on a floured surface. I'm just kind of kneading it right here in my bowl when I added all that flour into that. We just want to make sure that it's nice and soft. So let's get all this flour integrated into this. And then I think we're going to let it rise. Okay, dough is all made. We are going to cover this and let this rise for 15 minutes. All right, so we have doubled in size. We are going to cut this in half and put it in. You can either use 8 or 9-inch square pans. And we're going to press this into our square pans. I do have my oven heated to 375 degrees. So let's get this pushed in there. All right, so I've got these pressed into my pans. It says to cut it into 8 slices. So I scored the top. I'm probably going to then just also score it down the center because those are kind of wide strips. I've scored both of them. So I'm just going to do the same on here. And then we are to take, you can see all my scores, right? And then we are to take and dump the other 1/4 cup of butter on the top on both of them. And then that 2 tablespoons of cornmeal mix that we saved, we are then going to sprinkle that on top of this. And then we are going to let it rise again for another 12 to 15 minutes. And then we will put it in the oven to bake it 375 degrees for 18 to 25 minutes. All right, so let's let these rise a little bit. All right, these guys are looking pretty good. We are going to throw these in our 375 degree oven for 18 to 25 minutes. All right, my thoughts on our buffet bread. You know what? I would definitely make this for a barbecue. And because I couldn't find cheddar cheese soup, the Campbell's cheddar cheese soup, and I ended up using like the nacho one, I would put a little can of green chilies in with that nacho soup. Then it would be fabulous with some ribs or something like that. Barbecue style, barbecue chicken. Ooh, it would be yum, yum. So next week, I don't know, I didn't look it up again. We will come back next week, see what we got then. But with that being said, this is Lynn from Hey Lynn Vintage. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Stay retro, my friends. See you soon.